Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited today because we're going to be talking about the glucose test / the glucose screening. If you are a mama-to-be and you guys are expecting and you have your glucose test coming up, I would definitely recommend keep watching. I have some tips, some things that I've learned, and basically I'm just going to be talking about my experience taking the test. If you're new here, my name is Kylie and I am expecting our first baby boy in January of 2021, and we are so excited. So this is my first time experiencing everything. I do tons of videos on pregnancy, on fashion, on a bunch of different stuff. So if you guys are interested in any of those, definitely subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up if you like the pregnancy related videos so I can do more of those for you guys. And if you guys want to know all about the glucose test, then let's just get on into it. So I just had my glucose test this past week. I did mine at 26 weeks, but I believe they have you do it either from 26 to 28 weeks, so sometime in that range. My doctor had told me that I was gaining a little bit more weight than expected during the pregnancy, so I figured that that would give me kind of a higher chance of having gestational diabetes, but sometimes that actually isn't the case. Sometimes you can be eating all the right things, exercising, doing everything right, and you can still get gestational diabetes. So it's really just up in the air. You don't know if you're gonna get it. Sometimes you'll have it one pregnancy and then the next you won't. It's really just however the pregnancy is going. So that was kind of frustrating because I knew that there wasn't anything that I could necessarily do to make the test negative. So I basically just did my best to try and eat healthy, try and get up and go on walks every once in a while, but ultimately I knew that there wasn't anything that could drastically affect my results. So just keep that in mind. You could be doing everything completely right and you could still end up getting it. So don't be too stressed about it. As long as the baby's happy and healthy, that's really all that matters. And that's what I tried to keep in mind, is that even if I had gestational diabetes, that it wouldn't be the end of the world. I would still have my baby by January and it would all be okay. So definitely keep that in mind before going into the test. And then as I was reading a ton of articles about the glucose test, I realized that there's kind of two different types of tests. There's the glucose screening and then the actual glucose test. Some doctors just skip the screening and go straight to the test, but my doctor had me do the screening first, which is kind of a lower intensive test. You only get your blood drawn once and you only have to stay in the office for an hour, whereas the actual glucose test, you have to get your blood drawn 3 times and stay there 3 hours, which is so long and annoying. So what to know about the screening is that sometimes your doctor will recommend that you fast before the test. I was reading a ton of articles, like I said, and some of them said that your doctor might have you not fast. Some said that they might have you fast. So I just decided to stick with fasting just in case. I didn't want to have to reschedule the appointment, so I fasted 12 hours before the test. My test was at 7:30 in the morning, so I stopped eating at 7:30 the night before until the test at 7:30 the next morning. You can drink water, you just can't eat anything at all. And that is something that is super hard during pregnancy, especially because you get so hungry so quickly. I would definitely recommend scheduling your appointment for as early in the morning as you can, because that helps the fasting go way quicker. You can just fast overnight and then you can eat right after the test. So definitely plan your test as early as possible. Okay, so step 1 is fasting. Step 2 is obviously going to the appointment. So I had to get there probably 10 minutes early to check in. My test was actually not at my doctor's office. It was at like a diagnostics lab that was separate from my doctor's office. I know some people take the test at their actual doctor's office. It'll probably just depend on your OB. So typically for a glucose screening, you go in, you drink this super sugary drink, you wait the hour, and then they draw your blood after the hour. But for me, they actually drew my blood before I drank the drink. So typically that isn't usual for you to get your blood drawn before you drink the drink, but I was getting tested for a bunch of different things, so that's why they had to do it before. So maybe look out for that if you're getting tested for similar things, but just be prepared to get your blood drawn before and after just to be safe. So after they drew my blood, it was super quick. I look away because I'm super scared of needles, but I actually did really really well. Then they give you the sugary drink. They didn't give me any flavor options, but I've heard other people have said that they have given them flavor options, but mine was lime and that's just all they had. So it was probably about this big. It looked like kind of a small water bottle. And honestly, I didn't mind the flavor of it. I know some people are like totally grossed out by how it tastes. For me, I actually really like sugary sweet drinks like soda and Slurpees and all that kind of stuff. So if you like sugary drinks like that, this should be no problem at all for you. You do only have 5 minutes to drink it, and I would say that was the hardest part just because it is super sweet. So drinking that much that quickly was definitely the hardest part. But to me, it didn't taste bad, which was good, and it went by super fast. So then after you drink the drink, you have to wait the long hour, which sometimes feels like forever. Since right now in 2020, we're in COVID and we're doing all of these precautions to keep people safe and healthy, I actually got to wait in the car, which was really awesome. And where the diagnostics place was only 5 minutes from my house. So I actually got to come home, sit on the couch for like 40 minutes, and then drive back. So the time went super fast for me, but I brought my iPad just in case they wouldn't let me wait in the car. So I would definitely recommend bringing some kind of entertainment, especially if you have to go by yourself during these crazy times right now, because I did have to go by myself. So I definitely wanted to make sure I had my phone and some kind of entertainment to keep me busy for that hour. So after the hour was up, I drove back to the place, and it was honestly super fast after that. They just drew my blood again. It took probably 30 seconds and I was on my way. For me, they didn't give me the results right away. I would assume that's generally normal for most people to not get the results right away. Mine only took a day to get the results, and they said it's normally 2 to 5 days. So it was super quick, and thankfully I did not have gestational diabetes, so I'm so happy about that. I thought for sure that I would. And one reason is because I also read that for the glucose screening, they actually give out more positives just to make sure that you don't have gestational diabetes. So if there's any chance that you could have it at all, they want to bring you in to do that extra glucose test just to like be extra safe. So with that in mind, I also thought that I might be positive just because I had gained more weight and I'm not the best eater. So I figured for sure I would have it, but thankfully I did not. I feel super lucky and happy that I do not, but I know it could be a possibility in future pregnancies. So if you get it, don't worry, it's gonna be okay. It won't be the end of the world. Again, like I said before, your baby is still coming. You're still gonna get to be a mom, and it's gonna be worth it all in the end, and you probably won't remember any of it. So just keep that in mind and it will be okay. So I think that is everything to cover on the glucose test. I obviously didn't take the actual 3-hour glucose test, but I've heard that it's basically the same thing. You just drink the drink and then you wait an hour, get your blood drawn, wait another hour, get your blood drawn, and then you wait another 3rd hour and get your blood drawn again. So it's definitely more intensive, longer, and if you don't like getting your blood drawn like me, that does not sound very fun. But hopefully your glucose test goes well. I'll be thinking of you guys. Comment down below when yours is coming up, especially if you're a first-time mom. I know it can be scary because you've never done this before. I know I was really scared about the test, but it's really gonna be okay. I had to go in and do it all by myself, and it went super well. So keep that in mind. It's gonna be great. Comment down below your guys' experience with the glucose test so others can read and comment along. And if you guys found this video helpful at all, definitely give it a thumbs up and let me know. I would love to do more pregnancy videos for you guys, and make sure you're subscribed so you can see more videos in the future. And also follow me on Instagram. I'll put it up here for you guys for more daily updates over there. And guys, I am already 6 months pregnant. I cannot believe it. As you guys are watching this, I'm 28 weeks, so I'm going into the 3rd trimester. I think next week's video is going to be all about the 2nd trimester and everything that I experienced. So also subscribe if you guys want to see that, and I will see you guys then. Bye.